Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into a really fascinating text. It's over a century old, but honestly, its ideas echo through so much modern self-help, prosperity thinking, even the whole law of attraction thing.
We're talking about The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles from 1910, and it's quite something.
It really is. And Wattles doesn't mess about, does he? He states right up front, this is pragmatical, not philosophical.
Exactly. He's basically saying, look, if you need money now, this is the manual. Forget the deep philosophy for a minute. You need results. That's the assumption.
Yeah, he wants you to just sort of get on with it. Which brings us to our mission for this deep dive, really unpacking that core claim he makes, the big one.
Oh, yeah. That getting rich isn't luck or talent. It's an exact science, like algebra or arithmetic, he says.
And if you follow the rules he lays out, failure is, and I quote, impossible. But there's a catch.
A big one. You have to take his fundamental ideas about how the universe works purely on faith.
Which is a pretty big ask. Suspend disbelief right at the start.
It is. But if you do accept that premise, the book unfolds with this almost relentless logic. It all follows from that initial leap of faith.
Okay, so let's start where he starts, with the justification. The right to be rich. This is where he really pushes against maybe more traditional ideas about poverty being noble or something.
He does, and it's quite a radical claim for its time, even now maybe. He basically says you cannot live a truly complete or successful life unless you are rich.
Not just comfortable, but rich.
Right. Because, he argues, to develop your talents, your mind, your soul, you need many things to use, and those things cost money. Poverty, therefore, limits your potential.
And he's specific about what rich means, too. It's not about just, being okay with having a little bit.
No, he calls being content with less sinful, actually.
Wow.
For Wattles, being rich means having everything that helps you experience power, elegance, beauty, and richness of life. Anything less is seen as denying life's natural urge to grow and express itself.
So it links into this idea he has about the structure of life.
Right.
The threefold life.
That's it. Body, mind, and soul. And critically, he says, none is holier than the others. You need full expression in all three areas for a complete life. And surprise, surprise, money helps with all three.
Okay, the body seems obvious. Good food, clothes, shelter, rest. Not working yourself into the ground just to survive.
Sure, that's straightforward. But then there's the mind. It needs books, time to study, travel, interesting people to talk to, art, beauty. All things that, let's face it, are easier to access with resources.
Intellectual nourishment, essentially.
Precisely. And then the soul, this part is interesting. He says the soul needs love.
Okay, but how does money connect to love?
His argument is that love finds its best, its most natural expression in giving, whether it's gifts, helping someone out, supporting a cause you believe in.
Ah, I see. So if you're poor, your ability to express that love through giving is limited.
Exactly. It restricts the soul's expression. So the desire for riches isn't just selfish. It's framed as a desire for a fuller, more abundant, more giving life. It's almost a moral duty.
Neglecting to study how to get rich is like a failure.
A dereliction of duty, he calls it. To yourself, to humanity, even to God, in his framework. It completely flips the script on poverty being virtuous.
Right. So once you've accepted this Murrah permission slip, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Then the book shifts gears. It moves from the why you should want to be rich to the how, the mechanics of it all.
And the first step in the how is clearing away some common ideas about wealth.
Yes. He immediately says what getting rich is not about. And this is where he really challenges conventional thinking.
Like what?
Well, he says it's not mainly about your environment. You see rich and poor people living side by side doing the same job sometimes.
Okay.
It's not really about talent either. He points out, loads of talented people are poor, and some, quote, very stupid people get rich.
Wait, so talent doesn't matter, and he even dismisses thrift. Saving money. That seems bold.
Yeah.
Especially for a practical manual.
It is bold because things like thrift, talent, even your location,
Yeah.
they all operate within the existing visible world. Wattles wants you to tap into something deeper.
The invisible source.
Exactly. Which leads him to his core philosophical idea, the monistic theory.
Okay, explain that. Monistic, meaning one.
Right. The ancient idea that one is all and all is one. Everything you see, everything that exists, trees, buildings, money, thoughts, it's all made from one single original substance.
He calls it formless stuff or thinking substance, right?
Yes. He acknowledges its roots in Hindu thought, but notes how it was seeping into Western philosophy too, through people like Emerson. But here's the crucial part for getting rich.
Go on.
This formless substance isn't just passive material, it thinks. It's stuff which thinks.
Hmm.
And here's the kicker. A thought impressed upon this substance actually produces the physical form of that thought.
Okay, hold on. So my thoughts can create things out of this.
That's the absolute core of it. That's the engine driving the whole science. He says humans are thinking centers, capable of original thought. If you hold a specific thought, a clear mental picture, and impress it onto this formless stuff,
You can cause the thing you're thinking about to be created
right,
or formed.
that's the claim.
Yeah.
It basically takes luck, environment, competition out of the picture and replaces it with pure creation.
Which also deals with the whole idea of scarcity or things being monopolized.
Precisely. You're not poor because someone else has all the opportunity or all the resources, because the real resource, the formless stuff, is infinite.
So if we run out of, say, gold, more can just be made.
According to Waddles, yes. Or new materials, new sources of wealth. The supply is truly inexhaustible. You're not fighting over slices of a limited pie. You're baking a whole new pie from infinite ingredients.
That idea, that confidence in infinite supply, that must change how you approach things mentally.
Absolutely. It leads directly to the next big concept. You must shift from the competitive mind to the creative mind.
Okay, what's the difference? Competitive mind sounds like, well, normal business, right?
Kind of. The competitive mind sees limits. It worries about competitors, monopolies, trusts, getting a bigger piece of what's already there. It's based on scarcity.
And Waddle says wealth gained that way isn't ideal.
He says it's never satisfactory and permanent. He even points to the big industrialists of his day, like Rockefeller or Carnegie.
Yeah. What does he say about them?
He calls them unconscious agents doing necessary organizing work, but implies their competitive methods mean their wealth isn't the true permanent kind that comes from creation. They were just like temporary tools.
So the creative mind is totally different. It's not about taking, it's about making.
Exactly. You focus only on creating new value, bringing things into existence from the formless stuff. You're not taking anything from anyone.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you impress your thoughts onto this substance effectively? He gives keys, right?
3 main keys working together. First, a clear vision.
Not just wishing for stuff.
No, absolutely not. A clear and definite mental picture of exactly what you want, down to the details. You have to visualize it clearly and hold that picture in your mind constantly, especially in your quiet moment.
Okay, clear picture. What's next?
Second, unwavering faith and purpose. You have to believe, without any doubt, that what you want is already yours, or at least on its way to you.
So you act like you already have it, mentally.
Yes. Take the mental attitude of ownership. Live in that desired reality in your mind now. Feel how it feels.
Okay, vision, faith. What's the third key?
Gratitude. This one is huge for Waddles. Gratitude keeps you in harmony with the formless intelligence, the source.
How does gratitude do that?
It stops your mind from dwelling on lack, on what you don't have, on appearances of poverty or problems. If you're genuinely grateful for what you have and for what's coming.
It keeps you focused on the positive, on the abundance.
Exactly. And that positive focus, that expectation of good, fuels the unwavering faith needed for the second key. It creates a positive loop.
This sounds like it requires some serious mental discipline, rejecting negativity completely.
Oh, absolutely. And here's where it gets really, really challenging. You have to be grateful even for the things that seem bad.
Like obstacles or difficult people.
Yes. He specifically mentions being grateful for bureaucrats or trust magnates, even corrupt politicians.
Wait, what? Why on earth would you be grateful for corrupt politicians?
Because in Waddle's view, everything is part of the process. Those figures, those obstacles, they are somehow helping to arrange the lines of transmission along which your riches will come to you.
So you have to trust that even the bad stuff is part of a bigger plan working in your favor.
That's the level of faith required. You cannot let any negative or competitive thought break that connection to the creative source. You have to believe it's all working for you.
Wow. That's a lot to ask. It's like detaching completely from how things look on the surface.
It is. It's about total commitment to the creative mindset over the competitive one. But even that mental state isn't the whole picture.
Right, because just thinking isn't enough. This isn't just wishful thinking.
Definitely not. He warns against that. This is where action comes in. It's absolutely essential.
Thought creates, but action receives.
Something like that. He says, personal action must supplement his thought. The universe might line things up for you, but you have to, walk through the open door. The gold won't mine itself.
You have to do your part in the physical world.
Yes. And how you act matters, especially in your dealings with other people. There's a strict ethical rule here.
The golden rule of value.
That's the one. It's crucial for staying in the creative zone. The rule is you must always give to every man more in use value than you take from him in cash value.
More use value than cash value. Explain that.
Okay, so think about the book itself. The paper and ink cost very little low cash value. But if the ideas inside help you make thousands, you've received enormous use value. That's a fair creative exchange. You've gained far more than you paid.
So it's about providing real benefit, real increase to others.
Exactly. It's not just about a fair trade. It's about making sure the other person's life is increased by the interaction. He uses an example about trading with an Eskimo, basically saying you can't just give someone something useless to them, even if they agree to the trade. You have to ensure it genuinely adds value to their life.
So if you have employees, for instance,
Your business has to be like a ladder for them. It should help them increase their lives, gain their own riches, not just keep them stuck. It's all about promoting increase for everyone involved.
okay, so act ethically, provide more use value. What else about action?
It has to be present action. You can only act where you are right now, in your current job or environment. Don't wait for the perfect situation.
Do what you can today.
Yes, do all that can be done that day. But, and this is key, without haste, worry, or fear, those emotions pull you back into the competitive mindset.
So it's not about doing a million things frantically.
No, it's about the efficiency of each action. And efficiency comes from doing each task, however small or mundane, with the full power of your vision and your faith behind it. Infuse every action with that creative purpose.
That combination, thought plus efficient, faithful action, that's what he says, is unbeatable.
That's the formula. And there's one final piece to the action part. How you project yourself.
How you come across to others.
Yeah. Every action, every look, even your tone of voice should convey the impression of increase.
The impression of increase, meaning
Meaning you radiate confidence that you are moving forward, that you are growing, and that associating with you brings growth and advancement to others too.
because people are naturally drawn to growth.
Exactly. Everyone wants increase in their own life, body, mind, soul. If you embody that forward momentum, that sense of abundance and progress, people will be attracted to you. You become a sort of magnet.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the absolute core ideas from Waddles, the syllabus, if you will.
Sure. 1, there's a thinking substance, formless stuff, that makes up everything.
2, your thoughts, impressed on this substance, create the form of those thoughts.
And 3, you as a thinking center can create things by thinking and acting in a very specific, creative way.
And that way involves clear vision, unwavering faith, gratitude, and efficient, ethical action focused on increase.
Right. And trusting the process, even when things don't seem to go according to plan initially. There's an interesting anecdote about that.
Oh yeah, about failure.
About seeming failure. A student was trying to make a specific business deal happen, put all the principles into practice, and it just fell through completely.
Ouch. That must have shaken their faith.
You'd think so. But very soon after, a much, much better opportunity came along. Something bigger and more aligned than they could have even imagined before.
So the failure was actually clearing the way.
That's how Waddles interprets it. He suggests there's a mind which knew more than he knew, guiding things, rearranging circumstances for the ultimate best outcome, even if it involves temporary setbacks.
Which really brings us to a big question for you listening. If you actually accepted that premise that the universe is working for you, that supply is infinite, how much bigger would you dare to dream?
Right. Waddles tells another story about a student who, just starting out, felt he could only realistically ask for, like, a new rug and an anthracite coal stove.
Humble beginnings.
Very. And he got them quickly. But then he realized he'd aimed incredibly low, limiting the very power he was trying to use.
So the final thought really is, should you settle for the mental equivalent of a rug and a stove when this philosophy promises unlimited creation? What would change if you truly embraced large-scale faith and acted accordingly?